Located in the headwaters of Lake Chelan sits Stehekin, a small village with a population of only 95 people. The people native to this area named it Stehekin, or the way through, as it was their only travel route through the North Cascade Mountains. Nowadays, with no roads leading into the village, visitors must come by plane, boat, or hike their way in, using the same historic pathways as the native people did. With Stehekin being used by Native Americans to cross the Cascades, there are many paths that wind around the area, giving plenty of opportunity to see the lush forestry and water in the area. Stehekin offers a wide variety of challenges and types of terrain, making it a destination for both newer and experienced hikers. Stehekin is a prime area for people to see the beauty of the outdoors. With Stehekin being unable to be traveled to by car, this can lead us to wonder how the locals live in this village without a hospital or a grocery store. With no grocery store in Stehekin, locals must look for a different way to get the items they need for everyday life that can't be sourced from Stehekin. Most locals say they tend to get their groceries delivered from local stores in the Lake Chelan area, which are shipped to Stehekin by boat and left on the dock for locals to pick up. While there are no roads into Stehekin, there are still cars as well as a bus in the village. Large objects like these, as well as items like propane and building supplies. While Stehekin has no medical care facilities, there are always volunteer EMTs in the Chelan Valley, and helicopters that can reach Stehekin for life-threatening situations. Stehekin is quite remote and is not connected to any major power grids. All the power for the town is made by the town by a small hydroelectric dam. However, if the power supplied by the dam is below what is required or the dam stops operating, a diesel generator will supply power to the village. However, recently, Stehekin's hydro generator is being called into question, wondering if the dam will be able to provide the power the town needs with its rapidly growing energy costs. The Chelan County Public Utility District, or PUD, is asking the citizens of Stehekin to take actions to mitigate their power usage, such as replacing incandescent light bulbs with more efficient LED bulbs, moving the use of high-energy devices like washing machines to the nighttime, using electrical fans in the place of AC units in the summer, and using more wood-burning heat sources in colder months. However, Stehekin is expected to outgrow their supplied power anytime between now and the year 2026. Currently, when Stehekin's power demands pass what is provided by the dam, a diesel generator is also used to supplement the power supplied by the hydroelectric dam, allowing Stehekin to use up to 255 kilowatts annually without tapping into emergency power supplies. There are many externalities affecting Stehekin's power. An example of this is that Stehekin is a popular rest point along the Pacific Crest Trail, allowing travelers to rest in permanent structures. However, many of these resting spots available come with very energy-intensive appliances and amenities, such as washing machines and air conditioning. Travelers passing through will be less likely to worry about the energy shortages plaguing the community. The hydroelectric dam also has harmful effects on local aquatic ecosystems. On average, hydroelectric dams kill between 5 and 10% of all salmon that pass through them. With the town starting to heavily rely on the use of a diesel generator, bringing fuel to Stehekin to keep it running will become a more frequent endeavor. Getting this fuel to Stehekin requires it to be brought by barge, requiring large amounts of diesel to be barged into Stehekin's harbor. With Stehekin's power supply hitting its upper limits, it's important for the residents of Stehekin to mitigate their energy consumption as much as possible, such as having citizens of Stehekin use more efficient substitutes, such as LED light bulbs in place of incandescent ones, using fans instead of air conditioning units, or burning wood and using space heaters for heat. Another suggestion by the Chelan County PUD is to switch high-energy appliances away from peak hours, allowing the power generated by the dam to be utilized more efficiently. Currently, Stehekin has no way to store power generated by the dam for later use, so all power that is not immediately used is lost. Currently, the Board of Commissioners have shown support for building a battery system for Stehekin. The design proposed by California State University for this battery system, allowing excess power generated in downtime to supplement power usage at peak times, greatly reducing the stress of the diesel generator. This is estimated to be about $1 million project in total, but will improve the current infrastructure and be an asset in the future if Stehekin decides or needs to move away from the hydroelectric energy. However, Stehekin has many options going forward for sustainable power. One of these options is solar. Solar panels require the use of non-renewable materials to produce and require a large footprint. Solar energy also has many upsides though, such as a lower cost of power and less environmental impact over time. To have the citizens of Stehekin agree for the costly upgrades to their power, they must stand to have something to gain. For most people, simply investing in a multi-million-dollar project that will help the environment will not be enough to convince them. However, the new power source could decrease the price of power and let citizens of the community be less conscious about the power they are using. Higher levels of understanding on topics like sustainability and environmental impact help consumers to make decisions that are based less on emotions and more on what is best for the community. Knowing about a problem that needs to be addressed is half the battle, and informed consumers are aware of the problems plaguing their community. Being aware of problems increases the chance that people will take actions to fix it, such as informing the citizens of Stehekin about the increasing reliance on power generators. They would be more apt to find an alternative. More informed people are also likely to change their behaviors, such as burning wood instead of heaters or using fans instead of conditioning units.